I'm right now at a beach, and what we're doing is that we had the whole operation canceled because we have a hurricane. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, good.
What's the situation with the hurricane? What is going on in the Dominican Republic at the moment?
We had strong currents, but we didn't get a lot of rain. So it just was a big precaution that the government had. So we decided to move the whole operation, 40,000 volunteers instead of this weekend. We're going to do it on the 22nd.
Okay, can you please tell me about the local environmental problems in the Dominican Republic?
I think you can see that on the camera right now.
I can.
Our, our biggest, this is just one single beach. I can just turn around and show you most of the problems that we got is that we have a lot of poor people. What poor people do is that they are not interested in the environment. They're not interested. It's not because they're bad people. It's just because they don't know what they're going to eat tomorrow. So what we get, our biggest problem is foam. That is the number one problem. After that, we have PET, which is plastic bottles. If you look around and if you see this, this is what you find on the beach. And if you look beside me, right there, you can see this is roughly maybe 400 meters of a beach that's being cleaned up every day. I would say this every day or at least every weekend. And then it gets back again, dirty again, and dirty again because we are not focusing on the problem. We're just thinking about cleaning up the beaches with a lot of our government employees instead of getting volunteers to do this so they can change the habits. This is what we find.
What did the weather situation bring to Dominican? You said you had strong currents but not much rain. What's going on at the moment? Are people safe? Is everything okay?
Most of the population are safe, but what we have is strong currents, and most of the fishermen are not allowed to go out in the sea. So we haven't had a lot of casualties. If you look around, the sky is really gray, but we haven't had a lot of situations with the hurricane. So it was all precaution. We did not have any, at least not now. We did not have any casualties because of the hurricane. It just was a big warning because in the past we had hurricanes and we thought they were not going to be so strong, and then we had a lot of casualties. So the government was really worried about being ready just in case something came up.
Okay, so you are going to do the World Cleanup Day in a week. What are your goals?
We were thinking about roughly 40,000 volunteers, over 140 different points, cleanup points in the Dominican Republic, and we're thinking about it has to be over 100,000 tons.
So 100,000 tons of garbage. Is this a normal thing in the Dominican Republic? Do you have that much trash lying around?
No, definitely. If you look around, maybe a month ago or so, 2 months ago, we had a really big storm. And all that storm, what they did is that it pushed out all the rubbish, all the garbage from the river downstream, and they sent it down to this specific beach. So if you Google plastic ocean Dominican Republic, you can see that, for example, it went viral. So we have people like Kim Kardashian, for example. She reposted that post, and she had 114 million people that saw this specific beach completely covered. I would say maybe like 20 meters into the sea that you could not see the water. You can only see the garbage.
So who are those people that carry the trash onto the beach? Why do they do this?
95% of the trash we get on the beach does not generates on the beach. I mean, it comes from upriver. So the way that people get rid of their trash is that they put it in the street, and then they wait for the rain to come, or they throw it in the river, or they throw it in a canal, for example. And that's the way. We have video of that actually. That's the way of how they get rid of the trash, because it's in their way of thinking. It's better for somebody else to have the problem instead of them. So 95% of the trash we find, if you look at this, for example, if you look at this trash was not generated in this beach. This trash came from our upriver. And maybe like 50 meters away from here, we have a river delta. So we have a river that actually ends up at the sea right here, like 20 meters away from here. So that river travels maybe like 60 kilometers up in the island. And that's what people use to get rid of the trash.